You are not lazy. Here are the 5 things that organized people do that you probably don't do. Well, you probably do at least one of these things and possibly some of them. But do you do all 5 of them? Hello, legacy builders. Welcome to the channel. I'm Echo. If you were picking a brain and you wouldn't listen to everything you're told to do, works according to plan, sticking to schedule, is obedient and calm. And the second is a housekeeper of chaos, and obsession makes all sense of structured organization and just loves staying up until 2 a.m. overthinking every night. I mean, you pick the first one, right? You are not lazy. Do these 5 simple things to organize your life instead. You might want to save this video and come back later. Let's go. Number 1, create systems to store information. Organized people do not rely too much on their brains to store information because organized people understand that our memory is fallible. Things fade, especially when you don't use them. So, when they want to remember something, organized people put it into a system that they trust. If your mind struggles to remember things like me, then we need easily accessible, preferably cloud-based systems that are designed with data retention in our mind. Apps like Evernote or Google Drive or anything else that has redundant servers across the world that makes sure your data is backed up and safe even if the computer you originally recorded the data ends up breaking up somehow, or it gets bent up, or is otherwise destroyed. Number 2, organize your life based on your own experience. Set things up in a way that is usually you and that works based on your own experience and experimentation, not simply based on dogma or how other people do things. For example, I organized my stuff so that the order of the item mirrored the geographical location of everything in my house, which usually makes a lot of sense to me. But of course, not everything that people do is based on sense. So, ditch the dogma if it does not make sense to you and find established ways and constantly experiment with your processes and the way you organize things, so you do things as effectively as you possibly can. If you are enjoying this video, hit the like button so that we can get this video spread out to other people and hopefully help them as well. Thirdly, organized people make sure to label things, and they are diligent about doing this with things that they are not going to use or interact with for quite a long time. If we don't label them and we maybe go 2 years without using them, we're probably not going to remember where they were placed. We are not lazy. This is just the way our brain is wired. For example, if you have one of those physical hanging folder organizers, you probably want to use the labels it comes with to write down what should be going in each one of those folders. Number 4, organized people build a mindful loop which constantly goes through the different deficiencies in their lives and basically check up on them. The truth is, as human beings, we have complicated organisms and much more complicated life with many different facets. We have a lot more deficiencies such as food, shelter, academic goals, relationship goals. There are so many things to keep track of. And here is where one of the biggest differences between organized people and disorganized people can be found. Because disorganized people are constantly being caught off guard by one of their deficiencies, and on the other hand, organized people are constantly looking ahead and figuring out what those deficiencies are going to need in the future. Now, admittedly, this is one of those mental patterns that takes a lot of time and effort to build. You are not going to be able to flip it on like a switch, but I think the first step to building this mental pattern, which is incredibly useful, is to sit down and cautiously list out your dependencies. Maybe draw a mind map of all of your life different deficiencies, and with this application of cautious thoughts, all the different aspects of your life, over the time, it's going to sink into your unconscious and you are going to start building that loop. If this video is helping you in some way, this channel is for you. Subscribe. Number 5, have a backup of anything that you use on a regular basis, especially if running out of that thing in the middle of your work would screw you up. For example, the microphone that I'm using to film this video on right now relies on a battery to run. And if the battery is to die during filming and I don't have a backup, I won't be able to film and I might not even be able to get this video on time. And same goes for many other things in life. So just remember, if running out of something would cause an interruption in your life, make sure you have a backup of it. That way you can use the backup, go on with your day, and then replace it when it is convenient for you to do so. If you've made it this far, I want you to do me a huge favor. I want you in the comment type, "I'm a legacy builder," so I know that you made it to this point. I truly appreciate you. Each one, teach one. God bless you. Peace. Be a legacy builder and don't forget to subscribe. Cheers.